Imagine discovering that one belief you've trusted your entire life is wrong. Not slightly wrong, completely wrong. Most people assume that if they were shown clear evidence, they would change their mind. But psychology shows the opposite. When confronted with the truth, the human brain often defends the lie harder. Not because people are stupid, but because the brain is designed to protect comfort, not truth. Today, we're exploring why the mind clings to comforting illusions, how philosophers warned us about this centuries ago, and how this hidden bias quietly controls decisions, relationships, politics, and even success. By the end of this video, you may realize that the hardest thing isn't learning the truth. It's surviving it. The brain is a survival machine, not a truth machine. Modern neuroscience confirms something philosophers suspected long ago. The brain did not evolve to seek objective truth. It evolved to keep us alive. Cognitive scientist Daniel Kahneman, in The Case Against Reality, argues that natural selection rewards useful perceptions, not accurate ones. Seeing reality exactly as it is offers no survival advantage if it causes hesitation or fear. Your brain constantly asks one question: does this belief keep me safe? Is this belief true? This is why people defend harmful habits, toxic relationships, and false narratives long after evidence contradicts them. Truth threatens stability, and the brain treats threats seriously. Plato's cave, the first warning about comfortable illusions over 2,400 years ago. Plato described this exact problem in the allegory of the cave. Prisoners are chained inside a cave, watching shadows on a wall. They believe the shadows are reality. When one prisoner escapes and sees the real world, he returns to tell the others. Their response? They mock him. They threaten him. They prefer the illusion. Plato's insight was brutal but accurate. Those who are comfortable in illusion will resist truth, even when it frees them. Modern psychology calls this belief preservation. Philosophy saw it first. Cognitive dissonance. Why truth feels physically painful. Psychologist Leon Festinger introduced cognitive dissonance in 1957. It describes the mental discomfort felt when reality contradicts belief. Brain imaging studies show that cognitive dissonance activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the same region associated with physical pain. In other words, truth can hurt. Literally. This explains why people rationalize instead of revise. Why smokers justify smoking. Why gamblers chase losses. Why smart people double down on bad decisions. The mind would rather distort reality than experience psychological pain. Nietzsche and the necessity of illusion. Friedrich Nietzsche took this idea further. In Beyond Good and Evil, he wrote, "Untruth is a condition of life." Nietzsche argued that humans require illusions to function. Meaning, purpose, identity, these are not objective truths. They are psychological constructions. Remove them too quickly, and the individual collapses. This explains why sudden exposure to harsh truths can cause anxiety, nihilism, or depression. Truth without preparation destabilizes. Nietzsche wasn't advocating lies. He was warning about timing. The comfort bias. Why lies feel safe. Behavioral economics reveals a phenomenon called comfort bias. People prefer information that confirms identity, preserves self-image, reduces uncertainty. Daniel Kahneman, in Thinking, Fast and Slow, explains how System 1 thinking favors emotional ease over analytical accuracy. The brain uses shortcuts. Truth requires effort. Comfort requires agreement. That's why comforting lies spread faster than uncomfortable facts. Intelligence does not immunize against self-deception. One of the most uncomfortable findings in psychology is this: smarter people are better at rationalizing false beliefs. Research by Daniel Kahneman on motivated reasoning shows that high intelligence increases one's ability to defend existing views, not change them. Intelligence sharpens defense mechanisms. It does not eliminate them. This explains why educated individuals fall for misinformation. Experts make emotionally driven decisions. High IQ individuals sabotage their own goals. Knowledge increases confidence, not humility. Identity. The most dangerous belief of all. The strongest lies are not factual. They are personal. This is who I am. Psychologist Erik Erikson showed that identity provides psychological coherence. When a belief becomes part of identity, questioning it feels like self-destruction. That's why debates fail. That's why arguments escalate. You're not attacking ideas. You're threatening identity. And the brain responds with defense. Modern life rewards illusion, social media algorithms reward certainty over nuance, emotion over accuracy, confidence over correctness. Philosopher Jean Baudrillard warned that society would enter a state of hyperreality, where representations matter more than reality itself. We don't live in truth. We live in narratives. And the most comforting narrative wins. The price of choosing comfort over truth. Short-term comfort has long-term costs. Avoided truths compound. Ignored problems grow. Unchecked illusions collapse violently. Psychologist Jordan Peterson summarizes this well. What you refuse to confront becomes your prison. Truth delays pain. Illusion multiplies it. How to tolerate uncomfortable truths. Philosophy doesn't just diagnose. It offers tools. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus taught voluntary discomfort as training. Expose yourself to small truths. Build tolerance. Strengthen identity around values, not beliefs. And most importantly, replace the question, is this comfortable? Is this real? The brain prefers comfortable lies because they preserve psychological safety. But growth lives on the other side of discomfort. Plato warned us. Nietzsche explained us. Modern psychology confirms it. Truth isn't rejected because it's false. It's rejected because it demands change. And change is terrifying. If this video made you uncomfortable, that might be the point. Welcome to TruthLens.